Hey guys, Thomas here. I'm doing my book review on The Hunger Games, written by Suzanne Collins. It's an action, adventure, thriller type book with a little bit of romance thrown into the mix too. I loved the book. It kept me on the edge of my seat the whole time while I was reading it. I just kept on turning the pages, didn't want to put it down. And it's a really clever and unique plot that has a lot of twists and turns in it. The book takes place in a country called Panem. Panem has risen out of the ashes of the America as we know it today, after America was destroyed from war and fighting, and Panem has risen up out of it, and it's divided into 12 different districts and also the capital. Previously there used to be 13 districts, but the 13 districts went to war with the capital because they didn't like the way they were running the country. And they went to war and they fought, but unfortunately the districts lost, the capital won. And because the capital won, they did two things. First of all, they destroyed District 13. They turned it into nothing. Nobody lives there. The other thing that they did to punish the districts was create the Hunger Games. Now, the Hunger Games is an event that takes place every year. One boy and one girl from every district of the 12 districts, so 24 boys and girls, are selected randomly to participate in the Hunger Games. They go to the capital once a year, and they have a fight to the death. One winner, 23 losers that end up dead. And the purpose of the Hunger Games is to remind the districts that they are not to rise up against the capital, and that the capital has complete control over them. The main character of the Hunger Games, the book, is Katniss Everdeen. She lives in District 12 with her mother and her sister Prim. District 12 is really poverty-stricken. Everybody's really poor there, starving. It's cold. The only thing that they have going for them in District 12 is their coal mining industry. Each one of the 12 districts has a special thing that they do. The District 12 is known for their coal mining. Katniss's father actually died in a coal mining explosion, and that's why he's not in the book. Katniss has a friend, Gale Hawthorne. They're really good friends. Every day since they were young, they sneak out of the boundaries of District 12 and they go hunt for their families. They catch things, they kill things for their skin, and they can trade it in the market in District 12 for money, and they keep some of the animals for themselves for food for their families because they're so poor and that's the only way they can feed their families. The book starts on the day that it's called The Reaping takes place, the day that the participants for the Hunger Games are selected. So the entire population of District 12 meets at their town square, and a representative from the capital is there, and he chooses a boy and a girl randomly, and the girl is selected first, and the girl that is chosen is Prim, Katniss's little sister. And the way things work, if somebody is chosen and another person there does not want them to go, that other person can volunteer for that person to go and participate in the Hunger Games. So Katniss does not want to see Prim involved in the Hunger Games, so Katniss volunteers herself and gets chosen. The boy is chosen, and his name is Peeta Mellark. He's a poor boy that lives in District 12 that Katniss doesn't know very well. She had one interaction with him when they were both little. He gave her a loaf of bread to be nice, and he wasn't really supposed to give her that loaf of bread, but she felt connected to him over all these years just over that one loaf of bread. And Peeta is the boy that's selected. So they say goodbye to their families and they board a train that takes them to the capital. It's a long train ride because District 12 is the farthest away from the capital. And on that train ride they get to know each other a little bit more, and they also meet their trainer that's going to train them for the Hunger Games. His name is Haymitch Abernathy. He's a previous winner from District 12 that won the Hunger Games. He's not much of a trainer though, as he's always drunk and doesn't really know what he's doing. But PETA and Katniss decide to listen to him and take his advice because they know that he's won the Hunger Games before, so they decide to listen to him. They arrive at the Capitol, and there they see all the other participants from the other districts, and they're a little intimidated because the other districts, some of them actually train their kids for the Hunger Games, so they have an unfair advantage. District 2 is very well known for winning the Hunger Games because they train their kids so much and they work them so that they know how to do well in the Hunger Games, while Katniss and PETA have no idea what to expect really. So they get to the Capitol, and there they begin their training with Haymitch, and he trains them and he gives them kind of like weird tips to do well in the arena, and they don't really want to listen to him, but they do. And the day comes when they're put into the arena, and the other thing about the Hunger Games is that there are cameras in the arena everywhere, and the entire Hunger Games are broadcast to the entire country of Panem so that they can watch and they can know that they're not supposed to rise up against the Capitol. That's the point of the Hunger Games. And so in the arena, the games start, and right away lots of the participants are killed. They start around this thing called the cornucopia. That's where a lot of items that are needed to survive in the arena are located, like tents and food and water. So they purposely put all that stuff there so that the participants will all meet up there, and there will be a lot of conflict that first day. But one of the tips that Haymitch gave Katniss and PETA was to just get right away from the cornucopia and head the opposite direction to avoid that conflict there. So Katniss and PETA, as soon as they put into the arena, book it away from the cornucopia and get shelter and hide from the other participants. Throughout the Hunger Games, there's lots of twists and turns that I don't want to tell you about. You will have to read the book for yourself. I don't want to give away any of the fun secrets or anything that happens, but there's lots of interesting twists and turns that you wouldn't expect. Like secret alliances that form in the arena that Katniss was not aware of. PETA actually forms an alliance with people that Katniss didn't think he would. But I won't get into that because that is a secret and you will have to read the book. The book ends in a really surprising and shocking fashion. I didn't expect it at all. There's actually 2 other books in the series, so there's something to go off of, but I'm not going to tell you the ending because that would give it away and you will have to read this book for yourself. I recommend this book to everyone that wants to read a book that's exciting, keeps you on the edge of your seat. It's an awesome book, and some books get boring halfway through and you don't want to read them anymore, but this book, I guarantee you will want to finish. You'll want to keep turning the pages, and so I'd recommend it to everybody. And that is my book review. See ya.